son of a...
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get better.
That's the oath Nintendo swore after this game. We must be better.
And they did. A Link to the Past is really good game.
It's like how there is very noticeably, whenever Ubisoft waits more than a year to... spends more than just 1 year making a game, that's all of a sudden way better.
I mean, generally speaking, the longer it takes you to make a game, the better it turns out in the end. This is not, however, always the case.
Yeah, there were some 1 year after Assassin's Creed games that were
okay. Connor, I could not bear to hear any more about Assassin's Creed. Anyway, here's another example that's not Assassin's Creed themed. Diablo Immortal.
Oh.
Took them a while to make that horrible game, and I can't imagine anyone plays it. And it literally is a game that you need to pay money to play. It isn't. What?
I got a video. Just simply, it's the person who plays Harrison Wells looking at the person who plays Barry Allen with the title screen of Thawne tells Barry he killed him as a child. Armageddon Part 4. Barry is dying.
Yep, sounds like the Flash is getting even dumber.
Yeah, that sounds like something Reverse Flash would do.
Oh no, he wouldn't kill Barry as a child. He wants Barry to suffer.
Yeah.
Because
unironically, Reverse Flash is a toxic girlfriend who, when did something bad, Barry broke up with him. And then he was like, "Oh, I'll fix myself and go back to the past." And
I think what it is that
best buds again. And then he goes back to the past, and he fucking replaced me. He has a whole life without me.
There we go.
Oh no, I must torment him. And then he goes to the Flash Museum, and he's like, "Oh no, that looks like the suit I'm wearing, and it says I'll be his worst enemy and eventually killed by him. I will make him suffer.
It was me, Barry. I went back in time and jerked you off at supersonic speed so it seemed like you nutted at just a woman's touch."
It wasn't me, Barry. You blamed me for moving your coffee table an inch to the left so you'd stub your toe.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's where you're wrong, Barry. It was me. I went back in time and stopped you from accidentally shifting it so I could be the one who moved it into your path.
It was me, Barry. I expired your milk.
I went back in time and grabbed it to a time when your milk was expired, and I took it and brought it back even further in time, so it would be a week out of date, and then when you drank it, you got all those chunks right in your mouth. Yes, in case anyone doesn't understand what we're going on about, in the old comics, Reverse Flash, most of what Reverse Flash did could be described as, we do a little trolling.
Yeah, no.
Where he sometimes he goes back in time and kills your mom. Sometimes he goes back in time
moves
so
your
that
arm ever so slightly so you don't catch the ball your dad threw to you.
Yeah, like sometimes it's big, sometimes it's incredibly petty.
There was literally a moment where Reverse Flash went back in time and fucking erased one of Barry's best friends from existence.
Yeah.
And then another time...
Connor, just so you know, no one can see you as you're standing up and spasming your arms around like a psycho.
And then there's
for people who are not able to see, which is everyone, Connor just stood up and then shook his hands, mimicking Reverse Flash erasing someone from existence. Like shaken baby syndroming someone.
He goes from that to, like, taking Barry's blanket when he was going to bed.
That reminds me of the dumbest Marvel plot that has ever been made, which is when they decided that Thanos was so petty and evil that he would just torment this one kid forever for no reason. And that's because modern comics authors are all stupid.
Oh yeah,
there's not a single good one.
There was
left.
a thing where it's like, oh look,
stop! I'm giving advertising for our types of people. If you want good comic style media, go to manga. Manga's still good. The authors have not lost their minds, except the ones who have lost their minds, but you can tell in their mangas that they're crazy people. For example, Chainsaw Man. Pretty cool. The lore seems deep, but the mangaka, which is what they call themselves, unironically felt bad about flushing his goldfish, so instead he ate it right on the spot. He didn't even cook it. Because he thought it'd be wrong to just flush it. Yes, he's a crazy person. He makes a really good manga, though, but it is just as psychotic as he is.
So, Khayman, there is a comic where it's like, it starts with Thanos, like, helping an old lady cross the road, and a bus almost hits them, and so he stops it with his hand, causing the bus to be late and not hit the woman. And we see this person on the bus's life, and then it goes to their deathbed, and Thanos is like, hey, remember the time I stopped the old lady from getting hit by a bus? If she did get hit by a bus, she would have survived, and you would have cured cancer. And then he just fucking goes away, and not even that, he shows her the memories of what her life would have been if the woman got hit by a bus. And shows exactly the life he stole from
Oh god,
them.
I don't know if I... Okay, I was about to say, I don't know if I can actually get the fairy if I'm on a swamp tile. But I could. Alright, now we get to do dungeon again.
So, Cameron, you want to know something else the Reverse Flash did one time?
Unjerked off Barry at supersonic speeds.
No.
He was like, it was me, Barry. That night you couldn't get off no matter how hard you tried. I was grabbing your hand and moving it just slightly incorrectly each and every stroke. Just so you would never...
You were going to say he did it so fast and then got rid of the evidence, so it just it wasn't... It couldn't be seen. Anyway, so... The Reverse Flash got dumped, and he was like, fucking no, you didn't. And so he killed every person he...
Oh my god.
So he killed really bad. Every person his ex-girlfriend ever dated. And then when she still refused him, he destroyed her mind, basically lobotomizing them.
Okay, it's gonna be a real kick in my dick if it turns out that the key did save. But knowing this game, I feel like it didn't. Come on, give me the opening. There we go. And
also, apparently, Reverse Flash once had a brother who was better than him,
and so he was like not allowed.
Yeah, so it was like no longer exists.
Go to not exist jail.
Go directly to Brown Square.
Okay, we need to explain. Okay, so in Monopoly there are 2 brown squares, right? Everyone knows about. Okay, so it did save. So there is egg on my face. But I do also want XP, and this is a much better angle.
There is brown square on your face, yes.
What has happened? I've spent so long trying to get here, all my skill is drained out. At least we know that we keep the keys between... It's so weird what this game decides to let you keep between game overs.
Hammers?
Well, the hammer is like a permanent item, so yes. Right. Where did you come from? Oh yeah, I guess I died, and I, unfortunately, for whatever reason, don't... What? They're not allowed to do that? Here we go. No, that's not what we're meant to do.
So, Khayman.
Yeah. Fuck off, dragon statue.
If you were to put me as any mythological god, which one would it be?
Hephaestus.
Why?
Because fuck you, I'm not telling you you're Loki.
Any Norse god. I swear to God, if you say it from Freyr.
Frig.
Fuck you.
You're always... Connor, you're always trying to find your long-lost husband.
No, I'm not.
That's what you do every day. You're like, oh boy, I can't wait to fight my husband. Oh wait, this is where you won because you're stupid.
Well, look who's stupid now.
Yeah. It's me. Anyway, we're gonna go back up and get that statue.
Alright, Khayman, you know what? Fuck you. You're Freya, then. I give you Freya.
That's better.
JK.
At least I know where my man's at.
And JK, I give you Tyr.
Also, Freya and Frigga, essentially, they're the same person. I believe it's two different names for the same deity.
Any mythology?
I think I actually just cheated that, so that's pretty neat. I shouldn't have that much magic left. I think by using life as the magic was going... We gotta keep that in mind. We found an exploit, Connor.
So, Khayman, I just want to say...
These new skeletons that jump are whack as shit.
I give you Tyr as the god you map onto.
I can rock the one-arm look.
Yeah, no, you're strong, you're smart, you own swords.
you're a big rock monster. And Ben, you've always been made out of rocks.
And you want to know the last reason why I give you Tyr?
Why?
I'm gonna feed your arm to my son.
But Frigg's son isn't a wolf.
Shut the fuck up.
So Connor desperately wants me to call him Loki.
Don't give a shit, I'm fucking Loki.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care, I am Loki.
If you're gonna get... Damn it, I didn't look at it. I didn't see it.
I just ran down into the lava. Because I
don't give a shit. If you're gonna give me Pan for Greek myth, I'm fucking Loki for Norse. There's no one else you can give me. I can give you either Tyr or Thor. I only map onto Loki.
You map onto these nuts.
No, I don't actually. Now that I think, yeah, fuck you. You're Thor.
Okay.
You're disguised as Freya. There was a myth in which Thor lost his great hammer, and Heimdall suggested, he wants Freya as his wife, so why don't you dress up like Freya and try and get him to give the hammer for a shot and then fucking murder him.
See, look at this. This is like one of those fast ones, so I can't edge it off the screen like the other ones. Okay. Do I have enough for life? No, that's dumb. So, shoink, give me that stuff. We did the cheat. We super did the cheat. That's... Connor, we found the exploit. Connor, we might be able to win this yet. Maybe not. I just ran face first into that stupid skull. Okay, finally, Connor. We have gotten to where we need the key.
And another thing, I think there's only one instance of Loki
not being an absolute cockhead.
No, I think there are a few instances of him being pregnant, but I think there's only one instance of him getting pregnant.
Okay, come up here, you stupid skeleton man. Come on, you know how to do it. I know. There you go. Come here and die. Connor, we can do the exploit again.
That time you got full, too.
You gamed the system. Okay, now I just need to run. And maybe this time I'll be able to get the power.
The only time he ever was explicitly a female being impregnated was
when he decided to distract a horse.
Yes. At Odin's command. And that was also one of the times...
He's like, yo bro, can you do me a solid?
Hey man, do me a solid. And,
listen, this whack-ass giant wants to marry my wife, and only I'm allowed to marry my wife.
No, he didn't want him also... He didn't want just to marry... Why do all these Jotun want to marry Freya?
Because she's the hottest. I don't know. Connor, we're so close. I will not allow us to die.
But, no, you want Freya and the sun and the moon.
So Hadian's skull?
No, they are the wolves that chase the sun and moon.
So he was being a cock, and he's like, I want impossibility. I want concepts. I want your wife and a metaphysical... No!
Khayman, you're saying I want concepts. Khayman, the door's open. You can go back.
I know, but we were so close, and now I have to go through the swamps again.
You're talking about, like, I want metaphysical concepts. Odin's ravens, Hugin and Sunan, or
memory and mind.
Memory and thought.
No, it was memory in his mind.
Oh.
He let his mind wander that's why it's like he lets them wander. He's worried of his mind getting lost, but he's more worried about his memory. That's the meaning behind the poem of his ravens. Because he was an older man, and so while he is worried of his mind becoming lost, he's more worried about losing his memory.
Anyway, so...
Just so everyone knows, the Norse were very poetic people when they weren't committing
when
murder.
They weren't being fucking bullied by the monks.
When they weren't being bullied or bullying.
Joke, Khayman, I'm pretty sure research shows that after that happened, that was the full age of Vikings.
Okay, let's put on shield and then take that.
Anyway, but so, and after Loki distracted the horse...
Though I will say, that does tell me... So I thought that
Odin got his magical 8-legged steed, Sleipnir.
Yeah, Sleipnir.
Because Loki gave birth to him, and I know what you're thinking. That's pretty weird. Yes.
You're like, yes, it is kind of weird.
Yes, but keep in mind...
You ever have your uncle ride on your back?
You ever have...
That's Sleipnir. Good old Sleipnir.
You ever have your uncle ride you, just like out of context?
And
that's what's happening.
People just raise their hands like...
Odin's
yes.
Odin's riding his nephew.
It's okay. It's just his adoptive nephew. That makes it better, right?
No, it's just his blood nephew, because Odin and Loki are blood brothers.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's just they've bonded in being weirdos. But it's like, I also like to be weird and get kicked out of my castle every now and then. And then Loki's like, I also like to get kicked out of your castle.
I also like to shapeshift and get kicked out of your... I also like everyone to be fun. Loki, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because Odin was the only one who didn't get super mad at Loki for his mischief. He was like, I don't know, I think it was a funny prank.
Come on, it was kind of funny. He's the one dad
he's like, oh, come on, Thor. Don't you think it's funny that he cut off all your wife's hair?
So what, Thor? Don't you think it's funny that he shaved your wife bald?
Look, I got this cool spear out of it.
Look, you got your hammer, I got this spear. Freyr got a magic boat.
You super magic
And guess what? Loki got his mouth sewn shut for a few days. I think this was a good trade-off.
I think it's a win-win.
Also, she got magic hair now. She got a magical wig. I will say, I wish that would have been a cool detail to note for God of War Ragnarok if Sif lost her hair in that, because then again Loki caused Sif to lose her hair.
Well, unfortunately, we lost one of our dwarven brothers.
Yeah.
Again, just for anyone who knows, God of War games can be a good intro into certain mythological concepts, but the lore is
Mimir was
completely off the fucking rocker. Like, you can love your boy Atreus, but actual Loki was an unironic piece of shit.
Yeah,
like, we meme about him being misunderstood and doing more good than bad. But no. In mythology, he was just an asshole.
He was the one guy who was like, it was funny, but it was funny, huh?
Yeah, except Gabriel's joke was, it was funny, huh? But Loki's like, hey, I just tricked you into killing your entire family, but it was funny, huh? I was like, no, what part of this was funny?
I just fucking murdered the god of sunshine and roses, but it was funny, huh? He got his brother to do it too.
I got his brother to murder him. That was pretty neato, wasn't it? I did it with
I found out more
twig.
context about that. Apparently, they didn't immediately figure out.
They were like, why are you...
They were all at a party, and Loki was being a fucking asshole.
That sounds about right.
Talking shit about everyone there. And then Thor showed up and was like, Loki, shut the fuck up.
Loki, could you please shut up? I've remembered I hate you again.
Loki.
I'm sober enough to remember I hate you.
Loki, shut the fuck up.
And then he's like...
I'm the only fucking reason you're still here. And then Loki was like, hey, I don't understand why everyone's so mad at me. It's not like I killed Baldur. Oh, wait.
And then they're like, you fucking what? And he's like, oopsie.
Odin walks up like, Loki, what the fuck are you implying?
Like, Loki, this is
what are you trying to say?
Loki, we're not friends anymore.
I left my stove on. I'll be right back, Loki. Where the fuck are you going?
I'm going to cut out your son's guts and chain you up with them. Here's a snake. It's gonna drip acid on your forehead forever. But hey, your wife can catch the acid for you sometimes.
Also, more props to Loki. Loki is pretty strong, because in Norse mythology, Loki causes earthquakes when he's writhing in pain.
Yeah, no, Loki is...
Thor, flattener of mountains. Loki, causer of earthquakes. It turns out that's what Loki's the god of. He's just the god of earthquakes.
Well, if you ask the Norse, he'd be the god of mischief and misery.
Yeah.
Essentially, if something bad happened to you, probably Loki.
I just remembered something.
What's that? I'm upset that I'm getting good at this whole fairy
You want to know
nonsense
something
thing.
really funny?
We have to speed run our way to that hammer
funny,
so I don't
good attention to detail. So remember how we were talking about Odin can only be killed as a creator, he can only be killed by a destroyer like Fenrir or Apophis?
Yes.
Kratos and Thor explicitly says that him and Kratos are destroyers.
Yeah.
Also, dude, I love God of War Ragnarok in 2018, because, like, in 2018, you see, like, Sindri, he's a germaphobe, but he always has his gloves on, and then you see Ragnarok and Brock lying on the table, and you see Sindri isn't wearing his gloves.
Well, I think some of the reason he wore gloves wasn't necessarily he was a germaphobe. I think that those injuries on his hands and stuff are slightly implied to be from either the event that killed Brock or from him recovering Brock. And it might be that the reason he's a germaphobe is because of what he had to do to recover the pieces of Brock's soul he managed to. I
mean, yeah, you are being touched by a lot of people's white soul juice.
A literal sea of dead who are waiting to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I could understand being germaphobic.
I hope if we do
that.
get an Atreus game that, like, we see Atreus at least try to find Sindri and make up with him, but I'd understand if they decide not to. We should have a Sindri spin-off game that's basically just the same thing Kratos did. He goes to, like, Egypt.
Well, I'm sure that Sindri would probably be looking for any other means by which he could... Because Kratos coming in is what opened the eyes of many beings within it that there are other worlds and different gods and pantheons.
Khayman, there was an idea for the 2018 God of War for Kratos, Tyr, and another person to be the three wise men and see Jesus be born.
I mean, that's kind of hilarious.
I'm pretty sure it was three gods of war who were the three wise men.
I mean, not in real Abrahamic faith.
Yeah.
I believe it was...
Well,
I know for sure one of them was a king of a nearby land.
I'm going to assume the three wise men weren't gods of war.
Yeah, no. They were just dudes. Dudes who each in different ways received visions.
It's 4:44.
Okay.
I always like when I check the time and it's all with the same number.
Before we end this session, Connor, we need that hammer. I will not go through the swamps of sadness again.
We need Mjolnir.
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 You wanna know what we really need? We need Gungnir. What?
Okay.
What? Odin's spear Gungnir.
I know, but we kind of got that in the form of Dropnir.
Oh yeah, Dropnir. I was talking about this game, but yeah.
I know.
I know a lot of people were disappointed about not getting Thor's hammer, but I do feel like that.
Well, I don't think that Kratos had the credentials to wield it.
The credentials. Mjolnir, sir, can I see your license?
Well, no.
No.
He is really strong, but Thor... you can see that Kratos is only redirecting and, avoiding being crushed by the thing.
And it is also explicitly shown in the final boss. When Kratos does try to, grab Mjolnir and, hit him with it, it's just... he's only able to, hold it back. He's not able to move it or anything. He's only just able to hold it.
Because in this game, it seems to just follow the will of its proper wielder.
Yeah.
And then his
Thrud
daughter, Thrud.
Thrud,
Yes.
Thrud.
Yes. Thrud cake. No, Thrud ends up being the next wielder of it.
Yeah. I also like how they did the Fenrir and Jormungandr. How they did have Angrboda teach Atreus the soul magic, so it was technically the two of them being able to create the two.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, they do both put the soul into Jormungandr's head.
And it's only because of Angrboda that he was able to make Fenrir.
Yes, by taking the soul of his pet wolf and putting it in the body of the Rift Hound.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure... I don't know for sure, but I think it was said that Kratos was guided to the Norse pantheon by 3 wolves. I know for sure that it was Skull and Hati were 2 of them.
Yeah, probably.
But I'm pretty sure it started with an H. With the big wolf. I think it was Hrolfskir or something like that.
I believe there is somewhere another sibling to Skull and Hati, and it does have an H. Yeah, Hati. So it was probably Hati.
No, Skull and Hati were 2 of the wolves, and then there was, I think, HR, and I don't remember the other. I think it was Hrolfskir or something like that.
Maybe.
Another thing, yeah, I'm pretty sure in a telling of Ragnarok, the wolf children of Fenrir were not Skull and Hati, the wolf children, but other wolf children were who killed humanity. They ate them. I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure that what it originally was they died out from starvation or cannibalism because of
cannibalism would make sense
because of the 4-year-long winter.
The Norse mythology had a lot of superstition and fear of cannibalism because they were surrounded on all sides by mountains, and in the mountains there's nothing to eat but other people at a certain point.
Yeah, I do want to say,
and that's why Jotun were the bad guys of their pantheon.
That's a big thing in a lot of mythologies, no eating people.
Well, because it's considered to be the far below humanity. Not even just an inhuman thing, but just...
Yeah.
Really bad, because you're eating.
That's why, in my opinion,
humans.
The story of Tantalus is really funny. Because it is this son of Zeus being oh, what can I do to impress the gods? Hey, son, what are the 2 biggest taboos of the Greeks? Killing family and eating people. Ah, yes, that's what I'll do. Come here, son.
Oh, crap. I missed the timing
And
again.
that's the story of how Pelops lost his dad. And his dad went to... And that's the story of how Zeus was hey, that's not cool. Go to hell.
I'm pretty sure in the most recent episode that would have been uploaded at the time of us recording this, you spoke about the story of Tantalus.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most recent ones, just to kind of spoil people for when we're recording this, that have gone up are Connor and Khayman discuss mythology, and Connor and Khayman discuss even more mythology.
Yeah, I like
because there were 2 or 3 straight episodes of us just talking about...
Yeah,
two
funny?
straight episodes of us just talking about mythology.
So you know how the high school
and then after that, we talked about Devil May Cry.
You know how the high school has a mythology class?
I guess. I think you've told me before. They did before.
The class apparently is only for juniors and seniors, but because of the knowledge I already have, I might be able to become a cadet for the class.
Well,
so for those who don't know or have something different, I'd basically be like an assistant teacher. Or, well, I'd be an assistant, less of a teacher.
LOL, when I was no, I wasn't when you were age. I did student teaching when I was in the Oregon High School. Because I wanted the college credits for it, and I thought it'd be fun. And also because our teacher, or the new teacher for electronics, had been told he was going to be the new teacher for the electronics course the summer before he would be expected to teach it, so he didn't have hardly any time to read through all the lessons plans. And he was told specifically by the previous electronics teacher, who was my electronics teacher, that he should get me to be his assistant teacher so I can help him. And so I was. And most of what I did was correcting old...
Do you know that they're making a... Sorry, but apparently they're finally making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
They've been, on and off working on it forever. I withhold judgment until I see a trailer for it. It could be really good if they do it practically.
Apparently there was
But if they do it CGI, it's going to be bad.
Apparently there was a bunch of people complaining for the most dumb fucking reason on Twitter, and you wanna know what it was?
Oh, well, there's your problem right there, on Twitter.
Yeah, no, you wanna know what the thing was?
What?
For, the mascot thing for the restaurant, Freddy was gonna be wearing white gloves. Only that. And people were like, this is a fucking outrage. Even though, again, the Velma show didn't even have Scooby-Doo in it.
Well, that one's sunk like a lead balloon. I don't think that's comparable. I do think it's weird that they give him white gloves for the thing. That's just strange to me. But if it means they're doing it practically, then fucking go ahead. If they're doing it CGI-wise, there's no excuse to not be on model, though.
Yeah.
But no, I hope they do it practically, because that'll make it really good. Yeah. The fairies literally fly away.
Movie, if they do make another one, I want to see... I want to see practical effects for Goro.
Connor, I'm so
imagine
done
the Jurassic Park practical effects for Goro. That would look sick.
I mean, I guess, but I'm just so done with video game movies, Connor. Just make better video games. I don't need a movie of it. Video games, if done right, can be like a movie.
Video games?
Even worse.
Like the Last of Us show?
That is a rare exception, but they're already starting to miss the mark on a few things. The way they kind of just didn't let us have any Bill. They made him die off episode, which really is cheating, because we got to see all that play out, which heavily implies that he's going to be there and he's the one remembering all of this, as Joel and Ellie are approaching getting to him. But then he's dead, so whose memories were we watching? A dead guy's?
Maybe.
It's lame. They should have made him... I want Bill's interactions with the two of them are important for the game.
I've discovered, apparently there's another Twitter controversy that has people wanting to cancel Season 2 of The Last of Us, and you want to know why?
Because The Last of Us 2 was bad?
No, Season 2 of it. I don't know if it'll be on Last of Us 2, but no, it's because the actor playing Ellie wanted to wear a plate that would make their breasts look smaller.
Okay.
And my response to that was so Velma was allowed to exist. But this good show can't.
Just because Velma's really bad doesn't mean that other things can't.
Velma is now the scapegoat. And Velma deserves to be the scapegoat.
Connor, you've made me go into the wrong location.
Uh-huh.
No.
I will never forgive anything. And the most unforgivable thing to me right now is someone saying, Velma's a good show. It's not.
It is not.
It shouldn't have ever existed. It should be removed. If I can make one thing cease from all existence, it would be people who decide what they want to order at the front when they get to the desk at Starbucks. But the second thing would be Velma.
Yes, Velma is really bad. But no, I do think that's a strange thing for people to be mad over, because it makes sense, because Ellie... in The Last of Us 2 doesn't... No, in The Last of Us 2, which would be Season 2, if it is going to be... The Last of Us 2 will be what Season 2 is about. Ellie wasn't a very well-endowed woman in that, as an adult. And that would make her more on character. But also, it would make more sense because... in a so, a lot of breast tissue is just fat. And in a post-apocalyptic scenario, you're not going to have a lot of fat-rich things. Like everyone we see in the Last of Us series is pretty thin.
And it's also explicitly implied that flour can infect you with the zombie virus.
Well, what does that have to do with it?
I don't know. Flour is used in a lot of things in general.
But that...
Or actually, yeah, now that I think of it, they do show Ellie eating a sandwich. So.
Also, Ellie's immune, so that wouldn't affect anything. But just what it is the character would not be well endowed. So I think it would be cool if she were to wear a plate to reduce her breast size so that she was closer to the character. And I think it's a noble thing for her to be like, I want to do this so I look more like the character. Yeah. Because, she isn't herself for this. She is a character. So boo Twitter. Stop being mad about things that are good.
Twitter, just stop.
Twitter, stop.
It's time to stop. All things end Twitter. Even you.
God, I hate these ones.
Are you ready for Twilight Princess?
They're much better in Twilight Princess because there's an actual pattern to follow.
Or actually, didn't you fight one in Oracle of Ages or Seasons?
Maybe.
Whichever one had Twin Rover, I'm pretty sure you fought. Or
no, it's the opposite.
The timer to get to Vati or something like that. Anyway, so... Yeah, Twitter, just stop.
Twitter, just don't. Come on. Come to the dead zone.
Alright, I have a message. People, we have been able to bully several things out of existence.
Oh my god, if you're about to talk about Velma again, I'm going to lose my shit.
No, don't worry, it's not Velma. Remember when Netflix was going to be no account sharing? And we bullied that out of being a policy?
Connor, here's the problem with that.
We need to do that with
Connor,
Twitter.
stop, listen. We didn't.
Remember how... Alright, bad example. Here's
because
the other one.
It does exist everywhere that's not America.
Right,
they're just waiting for us to forget.
Here's a better thing. We bullied NFTs out of existence.
Yes,
Let's do that with Twitter.
No, Twitter's not the problem. It's the people who live on it.
Alright, let's bully the people who live on Twitter.
No, Connor, wait. Okay, this is some horse shit.
We must cause Twitter Ragnarok.
Connor, the strat.
What, hitting his shield?
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Can I jump over you? Nope. Alright. But I have more lives. And now this is all we're doing. I need to get a drink of water quick. I am incredibly dehydrated.
Can you get me one too?
No, I can't. This one.
Alright. I forgot about your big boy cup. Cameron, are you excited for playing Devil May Cry?
Pretty excited.
I am, because I've only played 5.
Maybe even left your cup here. Wait, what just happened?
The slimes jumped up.
Connor, why didn't you tell me? No, dude, that's not cool. Now I'm actually mad. Literally stop smurfing us. In fact, because of that...
Why is he even smurfing?
It refers to when, like, you make a low-level thing so that you can essentially cheese your way past certain what's-its.
Oh, that's not a hammer.
It isn't.
That's a hand.
I don't remember what the hand does.
Is
Connor,
it
look up what the
gauntlets?
hand does. Also, there was a second guy here before, wasn't there? What happened to that guy?
Hey, Cyrus. Why'd you call me? I said, hey, Cyrus, and it says, Henry, is that you?
So I do have...
Cyrus.
Okay, maybe just Google it like a normal person. I'm gonna check if the fist does what I thought the hammer does, and it does...
What does the hand do in Adventure of Link?
Gauntlet. Please. Oh!
What does the gauntlet do in The Adventure of Link?
Connor, how is this taking so long? Jesus. Okay, I'll just Google it.
No, it's giving me like, every game except the one you asked for.
Because you're doing it by voice, and voice does not work for anything. Handy glove.
Oh, thanks. I finally got to one that said what the fuck it did, but all of a sudden
you
fire
can
you
use your
can't.
sword to break heavy blocks in your path.
Oh, so I guess try swording it.
I just found a door post.
Sword it.
Is this what we were on? Yep. God dang it. Oh no, I wanted the hammer. Connor, look up where the hammer's at. Don't oh my god me, this is important.
Where is Cameron's 5?
Okay, we can be done after this, but I want to know where the hammer's at.
Alright, see, this is why you need to make a map.
There's no making a map of this, Connor. It's too expansive and has too many... this game was badly made.
So, Cameron.
What?
This says the hammer is in Death Mountain.
Okay, how do we get there?
Alright, it is directly south of Saria Town. After navigating the mountainous maze and reaching Spectacle Rock on the other side of the mountain, Link obtains the hammer. Oh, there's a map. Cameron, look at the map I found.
Okay, does it tell you where everything is on that map? Oh boy, howdy, it doesn't, does it? Because I looked over and saw what you were looking at.
Oh no, I see. Alright, so, yeah.
Also...
Alright, so that's Saria, so go down into that
Okay, we
cave.
can't because we have to get across that bridge.
Well, I missed the part where that's...
I missed the part where that's exactly my problem, dang it.
Well...
I guess we're not meant to not
I'm
suffer
glad
yet.
we went to get the hammer and got the gauntlet.
Well, that's the next place we gotta go anyway. So I'm just gonna go die here so we can save. Because you're not allowed to save unless you die in these first 2 games. Probably because they expected most people to just rage quit. Now I will die to dragon.
You mean rage quit?
That's what I said.
I know. I was trying to make a joke, but spaced on what I was going to say.
You mean what you said.
I never noticed that you laughed.
You didn't notice the laugh?
Yeah, I didn't hear it until now.
Save. Alright, well, that'll be all for now, folks. We have brute forced our way to the gauntlet, which is not presently useful for us, except probably in this dungeon a bit. There are a few places I remember where there were stone blocks that we can smash up, so that's cool. But it'll be a while before we can open up anything, so we don't feel like pulling our hair out.
Yeah, yay.